I spilled water on myself. There you go.
I
love it.
cheated. I completely cheated. I was sitting here all the time. I
Everyone watching us now just goes, you know what? The three of them are consummate professionals, really.
Yeah.
Ever ready to go on a live show. Everything is spotless. Timing is right. There we go.
Yes. I nearly drowned on my water bottle. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I've had a really massive Indian meal. I've just been eating all day, so I'm a little bit tired.
Are you getting the food coma now? You're all tired now.
I've definitely got food coma.
Well, I tell you what, though, for the first time ever on the show, I mean, I noticed this, and I'm going to tell everyone, it's like, ooh, what's with the makeup? Ooh.
Yeah.
I just came back from a birthday party. Happy birthday to Janet. Not that she's watching because they're all still there, I think. But yes, I came back from a birthday party with all my girlfriends. It was great. We haven't seen each other for ages because of lockdown, restrictions in numbers. It was fantastic. And we stuffed our faces with Indian food. The best Indian food probably in Hong Kong right now.
Nice. Well, what have I done? Nothing. I have no life. Just sat at home, patiently done my research, waited for the show, and hopefully that I'll be hanging out with both of you and our guests for tonight. That's my life. Percy, tell me yours is more interesting than that.
Well, I noticed that it's very quiet where you are.
Yes, it's quiet.
You're home alone, eh?
For the first time, everyone's out. The wife and kids are out. They're having dinner at my father-in-law's. The dog's out as well. And I'm all by myself. Yes.
A typical Saturday night for Jen.
Typical Saturday night.
I'm ready to party. I'm just ready to party now. And thank you all for watching. And I hope you're having a great weekend so far. I just want to fire this question to you watching out there now. Like, have you ever wondered about your past and how it affects the future? And what legacy are you leaving behind?
Are you living your life today the way you want to be remembered? Welcome to the show we created called There Next to Ange. On the other side, Dear Future Grandkids. Yeah, look at that. This is a show where we ask an interesting guest a big question. What would you say to your future grandkids?
Percy's losing it.
Yeah, I'm losing it.
What's in the bottle, Percy?
I don't know. Yes.
I'm Ange in Hong Kong. That's Jen in Singapore. That's Percy in his office. I mean, in a bedroom. I mean, office in the Philippines. We're coming to you live at a different time slot, 8 p.m. We are Dear Future Grandkids After Dark, and it feels kind of cool.
Yeah.
And nice. We are on at this time because this is the time that our guest comes alive.
Absolutely. So today, we will be building a video time capsule for a doctor turned comedian that has been spreading waves of laughter from America to Australia since winning the 7th International Hong Kong Comedy Competition in 2013, the first Malaysian to do so and being voted crowd favorite. In 2018, he brought his sold-out solo comedy show to Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, India, and Hong Kong. He has also been selected twice to perform for Comedy Central Stand Up Asia and was the first Malaysian to perform at Laugh Factory in Hollywood and the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. Now, on the social media front, his stand-up clips from WhatsApp chat groups gained mega viral status after gaining 16 million views and was featured on 9gag and Unilad. In 2020, he hit the big time with his Netflix special, #Bless. You know what? The doctor is in the house. So please welcome Dr. Jason Leong.
Hey. Hello, everyone. Hey. Hello, Percy. Hello, Angie. Hello, Jen. Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank Jen. That was a very nice introduction. For those of you who don't know, I wrote the introduction for Jen. Those were all my words through the lovely mouth of Jen's. Thank you very much. That's the
Dr. Percy. You're not supposed to give away our showbiz secrets. Come on.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad I did it justice, Jason. Thank you.
You'd be surprised how many people actually screw up introductions. Like when I perform back in the old days before the pandemic, I will perform a gig and I'll write my introduction to the MC, right?
Yeah.
And then the MC, you just have to say the words and then bring me on because embedded in the introduction are setups for my jokes, right? And some of the MCs, instead of saying the words in my intro, they will try and crack their own jokes
Oh no.
and
no.
totally fluff it up. I don't know how you can make reading so hard for yourself. So that's why I know. That's how you know Jen is a true professional. Well done. Thank you.
Oh, you're
you
welcome.
go.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Nicest thing I've heard all day because no one's talked to me.
Oh, you're
That made your
No one
Saturday.
talks to him from. No one talks to Jen from one episode to another. Every Saturday, he does the show. It's the only human beings he encounters.
That's
Then he
only
sits in
human
Yeah,
interaction.
he sits on his sofa and waits till the next Saturday, and that's when.
But to be
other
fair, that is not reflective of Jian's character. It's just that Jian is in Singapore, and Singaporeans don't like to talk to each other. One, they just go to work, earn money, and come back and sleep. You know, the less human interaction, you know, the less need for them to be humans, the better. That is the Singapore I know.
Yeah, and as you can tell, the Malaysian who's a Singaporean PR has no comment because he doesn't want to be kicked out of the country.
There you go. Yeah.
Jen
Typical.
diplomatically nods.
Yes,
Jason.
yeah, Jian diplomatically nods.
Yes.
Majulah Singapura.
Do we call you Dr. Leong, Jason?
Sorry.
Is that how we should call you, Dr. Leong?
No. Okay, let me. No. Please call me Jason. Right. But Dr. Jason is my stage name and the name on my social media handles. The reason why I still call myself Dr. Jason Leong on social media is that when people feel compelled to call me Dr. Jason, I can then say no. Please call me Jason. That makes me humble. You know what I mean?
Yes. Nice,
You know what
nice.
you know what I mean? Like, so if you
Nice.
start high
It's
and
a
then
good setup.
you go low, people think, oh my god, this guy is so humble. But actually, it's
so
just
modest.
another showbiz trick.
Got it.
Okay, Dr. Jason, aka Jason, did you ever think of yourself as a grandfather? Like, did you ever imagine what you would look like?
Well, okay, I've never imagined what I look like.
Well, there you
And
go.
that is,
There's a granddad.
yeah, that's pretty good because that I look like my dad. Yeah, that's pretty good. I wish I had a photo of my dad to show you. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, nice
Dignified.
beard.
Nice. Yeah, I look ravishing actually. But
Wow.
that old thing reminds me of my dad. So yeah, that must be quite accurate. I've always thought of that one day I'll be potentially become a granddad. I'm 36 right now, and I feel really old. You know, you know you're old when you wake up in the morning and your knees they make noises. You know. You know, and
So
the
what was
noise
that?
my
What was that?
knees make is why? That's exactly what the knees. It's like, why must we do this? And that's. Tell you a quick story. This is true. Okay. And this is. I'm sure we all have this experience where as we get older, the thing that we dread the most is when younger children they call us auntie or uncle.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
I've always hated it when
Yeah.
younger people, not that young, like 20 years old or 15 years old, they call me uncle. I feel so old. But 2 months ago, I was buying nasi lemak from a roadside stall, and the guy selling the nasi lemak, he is easily 60 years old. Okay, and he called me bro, and till today, my soul has not recovered. It's coming from the other side now, like who are you to call me bro? I'm half your age.
Welcome to
Yeah.
the fold.
Exactly, right? Exactly. Yeah.
It's all downhill.
I feel your pain. I really feel it.
Yeah.
Now, Dr. Jason, your story is pretty unique. You went from a solid, great, highly respectable career as a medical professional, and now you're a stand-up comedian. Tell me about that.
Well, in the very beginning, I was working as a doctor for 4.5 years, and I wasn't really happy with the job. There is a lot of stress. It's a thankless job, and crazy hours. Like as a houseman, sometimes you work when you're on call. You work 36 hours. And let me just break it down to you what 36 hours means. Okay, it means you go to work 7 a.m. You work until 5 p.m. all your friends leave, you stay on at 5 p.m. until the next morning 7 a.m. and then you continue working until 5 p.m. and then you go home. So you go to work on Monday morning, you reach home Tuesday night. So it was taxing on the body and the mind, but we all went through it. And I started doing stand-up comedy. My first gig was in July 2010. And I took leave. I drove down from Penang to KL, 4-hour drive, formulated my jokes in the drive. I was given 5 minutes. I did 9 minutes. The crowd liked it. And then I stepped off thinking, I want to do this for the rest of my life.
Wow.
And then, so that was 2010. And then in 2014, 1st of January, I quit my job because I was doing two things at the same time. I was doing comedy and working at the government clinic. That was my last posting. So I work Monday to Fridays, and then Fridays and Saturdays I would perform, and sometimes even on Sunday night. So it's really taxing on me. And I thought, okay, I got to give up one because I can't do both well together. So I decided to take like a unpaid leave. First 3 months of 2014, and the 3 months became 6 months, became 9 months, and the rest they say is history lah. And now I'm here talking to you guys.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you never regret it.
Brave.
Yeah, that's a common question. I never regretted a single minuscule nanosecond. Never regretted it once. And
Wow.
like I have friends who are still in the service, and hearing them talk about their lives, makes me go, oh yeah, thank God lah. Thank God I quit my job.
For you.
Yeah, there was in end of 2019. I felt on top of the world because I was doing two tours, my solo tour and the tour with Douglas Lim, Poon Chi Ho, and Kwa Jian Han. We were like an awesome foursome. We call ourselves the Malaysian Association of Chinese Comedians. We did two major tours, feeling on top of the world. I was like, yeah, man, this is the best time to be a stand-up comedian. I'm so glad I quit my job. Screw being a doctor. I'm a rock star. That was end of 2019. And then 2020 hit, and then there's a pandemic, and then there's no live comedy, live events are banned, and then all these doctors, like stay at home, not all heroes wear capes, and suddenly doctors are the new heroes of the world, and then I'm at home feeling like shit. Oh my god, why I can't do comedy, and so I was like, oh no, maybe I made a wrong choice. Maybe I should go back to becoming a doctor, right? And then my wife, who is still the doctor. The story she tells of how doctors work in the front lines, I go, it's okay, no, I'll just stay at home. I'd rather stay at home. you guys go and sacrifice yourselves. I'm okay, right?
Still the right decision.
I think so.
Wow.
I think so. Yes.
Hey, well, that's cool. The cool thing is you never look back. That's really awesome.
Mhm.
So we're going to ask you some quick fire questions now to get you to know you a little bit more. Where were you born?
Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Where did you go to school?
I went to Kampung Tunku Primary School, and then I went to Bukit Bintang Boys School. That explains a lot about my relationship with girls. And then I did A levels at Help Institute. Now it's known as Help University. Then I studied medicine in University College Dublin, which is a twinning program with Penang Medical College, which I spent the second half of my 5-year degree, and that's the end of my education.
Nice. So, in 3 words, describe yourself, Dr. Jason.
3 words. Funny, hardworking, sexy, cannot count properly. I love the sound of my own voice, and narcissistic.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
A bit more than 3.
A bit more than 3, just a little bit. Yeah. What was your first real job, Dr. Jason? Was it being a doctor?
Actually, no. So before I graduated, I worked in a pub in Dublin, Ireland. That was my first real job. It was for Ireland's minimum wage, which was 7.65 euros per hour, and at the time, €1 was about 5 ringgit.
Yeah.
Okay, and roughly about one euro was about at that time almost 2 Sing dollars, I think, or 3 Sing dollars. I'm not sure. So I worked at a pub, and the thing is, the great thing about the pub is the Irish are very generous, especially when they're drunk. So I got a lot of tips, and the tips you make, you keep the tips. So like in one night,
Nice.
I can make double the wage. So I could go home. I could work a 7-hour shift, 8-hour shift. I can then go back with about 150 euros,
Wow.
which is a lot of money, as a student, But it was hard work because at the end of the night, when the pub has closed, the thing about Irish people is when the pub is closed, that is not the signal for them to leave.
More drinks.
No, pub
Yes.
closing means one last round, two last rounds, and then so we'll stop the bar service at 12 midnight. We'll be still hanging around asking for one last drink. So we'll be outside having a break. Then we come in and we clean up and clear the glasses. Half the pub will leave, the other half will still stay there, and they will not leave until we finally close the doors at 2:30 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we have to carry like heavy dustbins of beer bottles down the basement. So it's tough work, but it's great to earn money while you're studying.
You've been working
agree.
long hours all your life, huh? I think
Yeah.
I understand now why your knees are saying that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the knees is like the knees are issuing the invoice and the bill. See, now this is
Yeah.
what happens when you.
Yeah. All right, Dr. Jason, what was your favorite TV sitcom?
Wow. I'll answer in two bits. Number one was Friends.
yes.
I think Friends because it was an iconic social cultural phenomenon at the time, and so that is my favorite TV sitcom. But if you ask the other question, which sitcom I think is the funniest, I would say is the Office, the US version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
US version.
yeah, the US version of The Office starring Steve Carell. Very, very funny.
Wait, I gotta ask, which friend are you?
Oh, okay. Obviously, I would love to be Chandler because I think Chandler is the most sarcastic and the funniest of the bunch. And he uses humor as a self-defense mechanism, which I think is very true for all stand-up comedians, all comedians. Most artists, but all comedians, something is wrong inside. There's some trauma that they're trying to process, and that's how we do it through live stand-up comedy. I would say I'm definitely Chandler. I mean, I'm not Joey, although Joey is very funny and stupid. Ross's background is more similar to my background, but Chandler appeals to me more.
You have the right to say you're a Chandler. You're funny.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You can actually back it up. So
Yeah, you can back that up.
Yeah.
We have
So
no right
that's-
to claim being Chandler.
So that's your favorite TV sitcoms and the funniest TV sitcom. You say it's The Office, the US version. So going from the screen to something for your ears, what was the first album you ever bought?
First album.
Yeah.
Okay, so when during the album buying days, you must understand that I was 12 years old, 13 years old. That's when you have money to buy albums.
Yeah.
And when I was 12 or 13 years old, I also had my first PC, and the internet was just starting up.
Yeah.
And that is my long away answer of saying that I pirated all the MP3s. I don't think I remember buying the cassette that
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I bought
I
Linkin.
know cassettes.
I think I bought Linkin Park's first album, Hybrid Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the majority, I just download from the internet, MP3, LimeWire, Winamp. Have to save money.
Burn everything on CDs, is it?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's see that right now, right? When you tell young people we used to burn CDs, they have three different questions like, what is CD? Why do you have to burn them? And what does this have to do with music? So yeah, burn CDs. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's just old school. So from music, we want to know what's the one thing that really annoys you?
Wow. So many things, bro. Oh my God.
I know you're bad at counting, so maybe you have more than one.
So many things. Okay. I think right now, the one thing that is annoys me a lot, but also very relevant to the times we're living in is people's gullibility when it comes to accepting things which are pseudoscientific, things that actually are not backed up by science at all. Okay, and it's all well and good when you enjoy your delusion yourself. That's great, but when that spills over into harm for other people, then that's the red line, and that's where we got to fight that kind of delusion. For example, nowadays vaccine hesitancy is a big thing now. Okay,
Yeah.
people think that the vaccine, will cause blood clots, or you will die in 2 years, or it's all a conspiracy, whatever. And they try and get people not to get vaccinated. And that will be a problem, because when you don't get vaccinated, the whole country or the whole society is not protected. And that has been annoying me ever since vaccines started to be a talking point. Because not only are they refusing to take vaccines, therefore harming themselves and people around them, but when other people want to take vaccines, these people will come and try and convince them not to take vaccines.
Yep.
And being a part of the problem rather than the solution. And I think that's our biggest struggle right now. And I think it's the same in Hong Kong, in the Philippines, in Malaysia, in Singapore. We all are facing that problem. And I think that's what really annoys me, because, and the weird thing is, for those people who are anti-vaxxers or vaccine hesitant, I still want them to get vaccinated, because if they are not protected, we are not protected.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're really passionate about that, and that annoys you. And also, I know that because of that, you have done something about it, because you have written and produced your own short film about vaccination in Malaysia, just released recently, right? It's amazing.
Yes. Yeah, so there was actually a collaboration with one of my friends, Jin from Jin Boy TV, Malaysia's #1 YouTuber, and he has his own production team. And I was telling him, look, why not we write? I write a short story, you produce it, and then we can sell the idea to like pharma companies, so that they can attach their brand and say, look, we from this company will urge you to get vaccinated. So no companies took on the offer or the idea. And I told Jin, look, let's just do this, okay, out of our own pockets, and we just put it out there just to show people what we can do, number one, and also spread this pro-vaccination message. So it was a grueling process, because it's not easy to shoot that kind of production polish. But it's very well received, and I'm glad you brought it up, because I think it's important for people to know, especially the elderly, who are most susceptible to this virus and susceptible to misinformation, that there's nothing to worry about. Just go and get vaccinated. Because in the video, you will see that this mother now doesn't want to get vaccinated, right?
Yeah.
But when she was a young mother, she took her child to get vaccinated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is similar thread to all the, our parents' generation. They don't want to take vaccines, but they took us to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
It's so ironic. We owe them thanks, but yet now when you need to be protected, they don't want to get vaccinated. So I'm trying to show that actually, look, it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing.
It's a really good video. I saw it.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
The
That's high praise. That's high praise coming from you. Thank you.
Yeah, the production value is really high on that. And it's weird, because I'm always telling my friends, stop playing a doctor on the internet, right? But you really are a doctor on the internet. To anyone, you have a right to have a rant and rave out of anyone.
Yeah.
That's
So
too funny.
if you guys you guys know any buyers, or extra any money in your pockets, you want to make a video, just call me, and then we can work on it together.
Yes.
I want your futuristic costume. I want that.
Yeah, that so what's so funny, and I'm sure you guys you're in the production line, you know this. I went to the costume shop, and I told the guy, look, I want a Chinese zombie costume, I want a futuristic costume, right? And the guy was piling on the costume for me, and then he's like, I have to ask, what the hell are you shooting? Because like, he has given
future.
Are you shooting a horror film or a futuristic film? And I'm like, you just give me the costumes, and I'll send you the link when I'm done. And of all the futuristic costumes, he has like a catalog, and then there's one catalog, one category, futuristic costume. He really has futuristic costumes on it.
Wow.
And the weirdest thing is, right, that was the only one that could kind of look like someone from the future. The rest look like you are a waiter in a disco. It's like, what is
Maybe-
this?
Maybe that's what we'll all be in the future when robots take over every other
Yeah,
job.
maybe.
It's just disco.
Yeah, roller
just
disco's
disco
coming
waiters.
back. That's the thing.
Yeah, there's no other jobs left. Just disco waiters.
Just disco
In
waiter.
2035, that's all there is to do.
The energy source is just music.
Yeah.
That's right.
Download it for free. Download it
Yeah,
for
exactly. They download for free. They download for free.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, we are digging your very professional setup. And just before we went live, you fixed the lights and did some fancy stuff with your microphone and stuff like that. Everything has its place. It all looks tech and all set up. But we think behind the camera, you might have a corner of shame that we want you to show us right now.
Yes, and this is why I want to say to all the viewers, it's very unfair because these people are TV producers. They actually know that when every single presenter has a corner of shame. Okay, so already they know I have a corner of shame, and now they're asking me. Okay, so yes, I've gotten ready my shame. I stand up comedian, no more shame.
You've gotten ready your
I've got
shame.
I
Yeah.
love it that you made an effort to make this all look nice, and now we're about to show what's behind it.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank
Yeah.
you. In
I
another
know.
show, this will sound like a pervert. You sound like a pervert, but it's okay. This is
Yeah.
okay. Am I ready?
Nosy.
Okay. I'm hooked up now. So am I ready? Okay.
Yeah, Christian
Okay.
will.
So okay.
Oh, hang on, you're disconnected. Hang on.
This is your
Christian
phone-
says
your
you're
phone-
disconnected from
Oh,
StreamYard.
hold on.
On
Let
the
me.
You have to plug back in again.
Okay. Let me just. Oh, I see. Okay.
Meanwhile,
okay.
Viewers.
Maybe
you're in
Jason
now?
is maybe Jason's
Meanwhile-
trying to hide.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
oh
Okay.
yeah,
all right.
okay.
you're in. You're in.
Hold on. Oh, I think we are. Wait, hold on. Now we are echoing, right?
Yeah, because of the
Okay.
line.
He's muted me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
What have we got? Okay. Oh.
okay, this is
What a
as you can see
setup.
now, that's a
Echo.
camera right there.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, you
a
got a
DSLR.
Yeah.
Okay.
you got-
Yeah.
And I'll show you a bit of my desk now. So that is a Game of Thrones card game,
Yeah.
which I use to prop up the camera. Okay.
Later, let's
These
play
are,
that.
That's
you
a
can
game
see
That's a Game,
Game
of Thrones board
Card
game.
game.
card game. Yes.
Card
Card
game.
game.
Card game.
Yeah, it's a card game. Say the card game.
We're so
Right.
Not
ending the
too
show
nerdy
early and then we're
much.
playing that, Jason.
Yes. And so as you can see here, these are all the wires. There's hair gel, and there's yeah, there's an arm here. This is a desktop arm for me to put my microphone. But right now my microphone is mounted on a stage arm.
Wow.
Okay.
Ooh.
This
Very
is the microphone.
professional.
This is the microphone.
Is this
audio-
is this an office in your house? You've got a
No, this is just my room. Right?
Slash
And-
office.
And
Slash
these are my pants.
Nice.
nice pants.
Nice.
look at all the bullshit wires I have to deal with. Okay, and I'm particularly proud of this, and I'll tell you a story quickly, right? So lighting is very important, and when the pandemic started, I was figuring out how to get the best lights, and a fan from Penang, I've never met the guy. He messaged me and said, "Hey, I want to send you some equipment." He runs a production studio. He sent me 2,000 ringgit worth of lights. What? Okay?
Ooh.
Yeah, and to achieve what you see right now, there are multiple lights involved. So this is the number one, a big lighting
Whoa.
box.
Ooh.
Okay,
You-
and then there is
wow.
to give me a bit of warmth. There's an LED panel right here.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Very
Okay, and
hot.
then if you notice, I have a little bit of red on me, so that's just a
Yeah.
red lamp.
Oh, you really got the 3-point lighting.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Sorted
so there's
out.
3 points, and then on the background is blue, so there's a RGB lighting there.
Yeah, to get the tinge
You
of
got
blue.
some backlight.
Wow.
And also shout out to Vivek because he was the one who educated me on how important light is. And also there's a magic light here to
Oh.
shed light on the
Reflect.
Alright.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like a little
Nice.
accent
So-
light.
So there are 5 lights needed to achieve this. I'm sure there are better ways to achieve what I want, but I'm a geek when it comes to lights and audio. So this is what we need to achieve.
What's your microphone? What microphone?
This
do you
is the Audio Technica
Hey.
2020. It's
Oh.
attached to a Zoom recorder right here.
For safety
that is-
recording?
No.
Is that for
It's
safe- no.
the Zoom recorder can also function as a audio interface. So this needs to be plugged into an
Oh.
audio interface. So all this is thanks to education from people like Vivek, and the guy, my friend Jay, who sent me all this equipment. And most importantly, I feel that it gives me an edge because nowadays we do a lot of meetings on Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is that enough of my shame, or do you want to see more shame?
No,
No,
that's
actually,
great. I love it.
Thank
There's
you.
nothing to be ashamed
Shame
about
yeah.
in this corner. What you actually
Exactly.
did is actually shame us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much
He's
for
like-
that. Like,
Yeah.
what do
Um,
I have? I have sheets of paper to reflect light.
Yeah.
That's it.
So
This is my
but-
light today.
but-
This is my
Yeah, there
light.
you go.
It's my
That-
niece's alarm clock.
We are
Because I'm-
producers.
Nice.
This is my
We were
sister's
former
bedroom.
Disney producers.
yeah.
And this is
You
what
know,
we do.
and that's why it's interesting because you guys actually have some effort into when you on this web presentation. Like I've been in meetings with we do a lot of meetings on Zoom nowadays and other web appliances, and I can go into a meeting with like a top CEO of even a tech company, okay, and that CEO looks like shit because he just has
He's
the web.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and they all look like this. They're all like, hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me? No, like,
It's the
it's
worst
like-
camera angle. Yeah.
yeah. It's so ironic because like you guys are a tech company and CEOs. How can you not put? It's like in this day and age, having proper lights and audio is like wearing a suit when you want to present something. You know what I mean? Like so. Yeah.
Great point.
I mean,
great point.
everybody's saving money on pants, so might as well use it for lights, right? I mean,
Exactly.
we're not buying pants anymore or shoes.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we're gonna keep you on your toes, Dr. Jason. Since you already had a nose around, could you pick up two items that mean something to you? It could either be from your work or your travels.
Okay, work or travels. Okay, 1 minute now. 1 minute. Yeah,
Yeah, no
give me a
worries.
few. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
take your time.
take your time.
Man, he's got the most professional setup. We're trying to shame him, and he just basically just tells
Yeah, I
us,
shamed us.
well,
We-
yeah, we're so professional. I'm so professional. Yeah.
yeah. What do you have your mic on, Jen?
Well, I have a proper tripod, but that's it really, and it's just here. But lights wise, I don't have anything except a ring light in front of me. That's all I got. See if I take it away now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It's not, yeah. And then
Nice halo.
the same.
Yeah, you're an angel, Jen.
An angel into my heart.
But, yeah, Annie would be so proud of you.
I know. Okay,
And
now
again,
showing my age, singing Annie Lennox, the Eurythmics. So yeah, there we go. Yeah. So that's me being professional. I bet you now he's going to bring out like two amazing items.
I know. I know. It's just making us feel bad.
What's your setup, Percy? What's your setup?
I've got a ring light
Oh, yeah.
bouncing off a wall. Oh wow,
Oh.
nice. Oh, nice stuff.
What is that?
Oh, that's his
With light.
poster. That's a poster.
Oh man.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's one.
Is that why you set up that light? So you
All
could-
right.
That's why you set up that light. You were going to put something there.
Okay. So that is one of that is actually my most recent solo comedy show poster. It's called Harmful is Swallowed. So I took that to quite a long tour, like Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Perth, Adelaide, 5 cities in Malaysia, Hong Kong, Singapore. And it was my last solo tour, so that was in 2019. And this actually was illustrated by an Indonesian artist, and he has since gone on to illustrate for like DC Comics.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's one of my favorite things. I have not even hung it up yet. That's how lazy I am. It's actually meant to be hung up. So I had to go and look for it. And the other item is actually above it. 1 minute.
Okay.
That's really
Hey, we should do a shout out. Shout out to Christian Rusty. He sent us some stars. Hi, Christian. Thank you very much for your stars.
Yeah.
what
is
And so
that?
this
Cool.
is This
golden
is
mic.
one of my
Ooh.
first big breaks. I saw this was a comedy competition in Hong Kong. Vivek Mabubane has won this competition twice, one for English and one for Cantonese. So this
Yeah,
was
Vivek.
yeah. So this is 2013, and it helped help me give a break in my comedy career. So this was in 20. This is the one that Jen mentioned in his introduction,
Yes,
which I wrote for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I won it, and I was also voted crowd favorite. So
Crowd favorite,
it was a very nice moment. This was 2013, so that's like damn, that's 8 years ago. Shit,
Wow.
feel so old now.
So,
Yeah, 8 years ago. Yeah.
So Vivek was our guest, I think, a couple of weeks ago, and that's how we got connected to Dr. Jason. And I think it's really hard for a Malaysian comic, I think, to win crowd favorite in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, yeah.
Cynical crowd, Hong Kong. It's a tough crowd.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I've been to Hong Kong many times, and I gotta say, I love Hong Kong. I really, really do. It really is the New York of Asia. It really is a city that never sleeps. The energy and the buzz is something else. And there are actually a lot of Malaysians. A lot of Malaysians are in Hong Kong, thriving. Making lots of
Really?
money, and they're happy to come and support a fellow Malaysian. So, always good memories when I go to Hong Kong. So I can't wait to go back again. Now I'm nostalgic about Hong Kong.
Yeah, you can see a glint in your eye thinking about your travel, thinking about winning the competition back in 2013. You should be very proud. And thank you for sharing with us those two personal items of yours. And of course, throughout the course of the show, everyone's watching. They know that you're a doctor, comedian. You produce your own online content. I know that requires a lot of talent and skill. But at the end of the day, this is Dear Future Grandkids. The real skill that we really value are pointless skills. Yeah. So we want to know, Dr. Jason, do you have a pointless skill?
Yes. I have two pointless skills. Okay.
Two.
Two. Okay. The first one is I can do what's called as ape lips. Okay. Okay. So it's like this. It goes like.
Whoa! Whoa! Freaky!
I mean,
Impressive.
when it comes to pointless skills, I mean, yeah, you're right up there.
I think that is the most pointless of skills. In fact, the only
pointless skill. I envy it though.
Yeah, the only point of that skill is when you are on a podcast and they ask you to do a pointless skill.
And you thought you'd never been asked that question.
So,
Yeah.
No one has ever asked. Usually people ask, "What are your skills? Why should we hire you for this job?" You guys different. You guys like, no. What is useless? Can you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What is useless about you?
What is the thing that you can bring no value of? And the other one, this is actually now it's actually a favorite thing of mine about myself. Actually, I have a treasure trove of useless yet fascinating facts. Okay. And the most recent one, which I'm fascinated by, which will be of no use to anyone watching. It will not make you a better person. It will not make you earn more money, save time, lose weight. None of that. Okay. This is the interesting fact. Okay. If you take a deck of cards, the standard deck of cards with 52 cards, you randomly shuffle that deck. The arrangement of the cards in that deck, which you have just shuffled, that arrangement, there is no other deck in the world with the same arrangement, and that arrangement has never been seen throughout human history. So every time you randomly shuffle a deck, that deck is unique, both in current times and since the dawn of time.
And you'll always be unique.
Right now, at this moment, thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of cards are being shuffled right now in this moment.
Yes.
And you're saying every single freshly shuffled deck of cards is unique.
And the number of permutations available is what we call 52 factorial, okay? So 52 factorial is 8 times 10 to the power of 67.
8.
That's a lot of zeros at the end.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is like a trillion, 1 in a trillion, whatever. So there is mathematically no way that anyone else
possible.
randomly shuffling a deck of cards has matched the deck of cards you just shuffled randomly.
You know, that is
Okay.
truly one of the most pointless but fascinating facts. I'm trying to
It's
think of a
mind-blowing,
use
though.
case. I'm trying to think of a use case for that fact.
You
And
know
there is
what?
zero.
Chatting
Zero
of someone
way.
at a party, I think, is probably the most useful way.
Yeah, you can't even use it as a line to pick up girls because they will be fascinated and then go, "Oh no, this guy's such a nerd. Fuck him!" Like, no.
Oh, nothing's gonna happen tonight.
Yeah, but so, but what I do with that fact is that you realize that most of us, we don't have the capability or the capacity to appreciate big numbers, and that's why when big numbers tend to confound us. Like for example, recently when the AstraZeneca vaccine was released, and the authorities said, look, there's a chance of 4 in 1 million that you may develop blood clots. Okay, 4 in 1 million, and everyone, the people who are cautious, oh my god, I'm going to get a blood clot, I don't want to take the vaccine. When in fact 4 in a million is so rare, you are more likely to get struck by lightning, get into a car accident, than get a blood clot from the vaccine. But you see, because we cannot comprehend big numbers, we tend to panic. It's like the same thing when people buy lottery tickets. You are not going to win. You still buy because you think, yeah, it's going to be me. It's not going to be you. It's highly unlikely you're not going to win the lottery. Same way, it's highly unlikely you're not going to get a blood clot. So using that fact, I use it to tell people, look, you just can't appreciate big numbers. Take the vaccine. That's one use lah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well said. Well said.
Thanks for that. Looks like I gotta cancel my lottery subscription now.
There you go.
Wait, you have a lottery subscription?
Hey, welcome to Singapore.
Serious? Are you serious?
Everything's online. You can just buy it online.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't just have a very bad gambling problem?
No,
That too.
I actually don't. So no.
My dad when we go to the supermarket, there's a lottery little store right by the supermarket, and he used to go, let's buy it, and I used to say the same thing, Dad, the odds of winning the lottery are next to nothing. You might as well just throw your dollar down the toilet, for all that it's worth. And he used to say, Angie, this is what you don't understand. Angie, you're spending $1 for a dream. So his point is, it's for that 24 hours before the lottery numbers are announced, where you think there's a possibility that you could win, and you start dreaming, I'll go on a cruise, I'll pay off the mortgage for all my family, I'll buy a Rolls Royce, I'll quit my job on the spot. You're paying, the dollar is worth it just for those 24 hours before the numbers come up, where you have this dream. And that was his theory. Yeah, I don't buy it myself. I still think it's a waste of money, but that's his theory.
I think the lottery buys people some hope, and to escape the dreariness of life, that is the hope. And all this, when I learn about gambling and casinos and lottery tickets, it made me really, really want to run a lottery or run a casino.
Yeah. The house always wins.
The house always wins.
Always
mathematically, you will make money. So I don't know how Donald Trump screwed up a casino, but yeah, I want to run a casino.
One of your funniest sketches that had me crying and laughing out loud was when you talk about Chinese and how they gamble.
Yeah.
And when I was watching it, I was like, oh my goodness, it's like Dr. Jason's in my head. It's like he's reading my mind. It was so true, right?
Yes. So when I grew up, every Chinese New Year we go to our relative's house and gamble, and so I pick I think Chinese children, right? I don't know about Filipino children, but Chinese children, we get our education into gambling very early on.
Yeah.
Like, don't drink, don't smoke, don't drive fast, but okay, come and gamble. Come. Let me teach you how to gamble. Let me teach you how to, massage the cards. Let me teach you how to blow on the cards. And let me teach you how to bet money or whatever. And this is a family affair. Only Chinese people make gambling a family affair.
Yep.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
gambling is ingrained in the Chinese psyche. And that's the one thing that Singapore does better than Malaysia. We have one casino. Singapore has 2 casinos. I find it really, really, really
Just the
fascinating.
one thing.
And full of Malaysians.
Yeah. It's all Malaysians, because it's harder for Singaporeans to gamble in the casinos than the Malaysians.
Malaysians go there. I want to spend 3 times the amount to gamble in Singapore.
Because I can win 3 times the amount.
Exactly.
Well, we're at the part of the show where we want to talk about family a little bit. So it's funny how it started with gambling, but we want to know, what's the most important thing we should know about your family?
Most important thing. I would say that not important, but I think fascinating. For me is that so my wife is Indian, and so mix. There we go. Oh, you guys got it loaded up.
Yeah,
Wow.
we got everything down.
Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know. Okay. Nice. I like that you use the picture of her eating that big prawn. It's good. That the other photo was we were about to go to either New Zealand or Korea for holiday. New Zealand, yes. Thank you very much. So she is actually an anesthetist, and she so an anesthetist is someone who looks after people who are undergoing surgeries. They are the one who put you to sleep, and they also take care of very ill patients in the ICU. So when you go into an ICU, if a patient goes in ICU, the person in charge of taking care of that patient is an anesthetist. And right now, my wife in the front lines, working, taking care of people who have COVID. And
Wow.
she gets into a PPE suit. She really looks like an Eskimo, because it's like it covers the head to toe, and then there's a mask, and then she has to wear gloves. It's a really tough job. And the important thing about her is that she keeps me updated every day, and things are getting scary. I'm sure it's the same in not as scary in Singapore, but when it comes to the crunch, it's the same. You got to go to ICU. You have to be intubated. Intubated means put a tube down your throat, and a machine takes over the work of your lungs. And it's the same in Singapore, Hong Kong, and Indonesia. And she keeps telling me that it's scary. It's scary because when some of them unfortunately pass away, they pass away alone, because visitors can't come in close contact, whatever, and the hospital resources are drained, and that's why it's very important, that people get vaccinated and get protected. So that's the most important thing about my family, because like my wife, she is a superhero. She's working in the front lines. So
she's a lifesaver. She's literally saving lives.
She's literally saving lives, and there's a duality here, because every time she comes home and she tells me what went on in the day and how she, whatever, and I go, oh my God, that's you're a lifesaver, you're a hero. At the same time, I go, thank God I'm not there anymore. I can't. What you spend 5 hours in the PPE? That's huge. You just go, and also it's very funny because like when she comes back from work, sometimes I'll make up a story, but it's almost close to the truth. Like I don't want to break patient doctor confidentially, but she'll come back home and she'll say like, "Oh, Jason, today I had a really bad day. A patient, 18 years old, came in with dengue, and he was brought in late, and we couldn't save him, and eventually patient died. Only son, and the parents were crying, and the whole hospital can hear them cry. I had a really bad day." And then she looks at me and goes, "So Jason, what about your day?" and what is the worst day in a stand-up comedian's life? Like, I tried a joke today, it didn't work. I feel, oh my God! Like, what's you cannot match up. So like,
You can't.
You can't. You just go, yeah, okay. No, my day was fine, but how many patients? Okay. You just suppress that your bad day, because all bad days, any comedian's bad day is trivial compared to a doctor's bad day.
Yeah.
No, but you
Yeah,
see, your wife comes home and she gets to escape all of that because I'm sure you make her laugh.
Oh no, man. Hey, see,
Well, intentionally or unintentionally, she'll make her
okay,
laugh.
okay. Can I make a okay? I just met you today, Percy, but can I just ask? Are you in any way married or in a long-term relationship? Because you clearly not clearly not married. Because like
you know nothing.
you know you
No,
know
actually,
nothing.
yeah, I think I make people laugh. But
Yeah, she comes home and then the first thing is that, Jason, why is it there? Why you didn't do this? And then why, I just came back from saving people and then I have to deal with you. And I'm like, I got a podcast. Can you just people from Disney, just can you?
And you have a young
Yeah.
daughter, right? You have a young daughter.
Yes, she is as of today 20 months old, and that's she's so cute
Oh,
now.
look.
And she's slightly bigger now. So she is 20 months old. She when my wife here's another amazing thing. I mentioned this before, but my wife passed her exams on her first attempt. She passed the exams with a distinction. Very rare, very few people do that. And she passed the exams while she was 8 months pregnant. So when she went to receive a cert, she was like heavily pregnant and everything. So she did all that while pregnant, and I was touring, as I mentioned just now. I was touring, and I wasn't there. I was there when she gave birth, but I wasn't there for like the first few days, and then I had to come back, and then I wasn't there for like first few weeks or so. So she's a super woman and super mom, so thanks to her that our daughter's happy and healthy, and like I pity her now. I mean, my daughter, because children need to be with other children to develop. Yeah, and we are seeing the similar stories where children at the same age, they develop their speech a little bit slower than usual, because they don't spend time communicating with other kids. Yeah, so thanks to the lockdown, she's only at home with with my in-laws, with the grandparents, so she doesn't have time to talk to people. So, and I think that's making her develop her speech a little bit slower.
Well, name me one thing you think you've learned from your daughter.
No lah. I have not learned anything from my daughter. She's 20 months. There's nothing she can teach me. I am 36 years old with a medical degree. There's nothing she knows that I don't know.
She's going to hear this very often in her lifetime.
Yes. Okay. The one thing I learned about parenthood, and I think I don't know if the rest of you are parents, but I know Jen is a parent. When you have a child, immediately all your expenditure you will second guess. Do you need this for yourself, or should I save it for my child? You know what I mean? So I don't buy like trinkets or toys for myself. I'll just think, do I need this, or should I save money for my child? And I've made the calculation that before having a kid, of course, that one child will easily cost you ringgit 1 million. Okay, 1 million ringgit is about $250,000, and for that kind of money, you can buy a sports car. And so a child is you sacrificing a sports car, and whether or not your child can make a return on your investment greater than a sports car, that's really up to you. So it's a gamble.
Wow.
Buying the dream.
Buying the dream.
Yeah, but like I said, she's very cute lah. So every time I see her, I get happy. And when she started saying "daddy," I was very happy. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, a Ferrari can't do that.
No.
Yeah.
But the Ferrari is so nice.
You don't
Have
need
you
a
seen the
to say
Ferrari?
that.
Not.
The Ferrari is not going to grow up and then talk back to you. Tell you to stay out of the room. Leave my phone alone.
That's a
I
dad.
really love that boy. Blah, blah,
That's
blah.
a dad. How old are your kids, Jen?
Oh, I've got three. My oldest is a boy, is 13, and I got twins, a boy and a girl twins who are 7, turning 8.
Did you see how he said twins? Did you see how he said the word twins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
twins.
Yeah.
Twins.
Yeah. Yeah. Ange knows them well. She's godmother to my oldest.
Oh,
But yeah,
that's
I
great.
am. He's
yeah,
great.
the twins.
all
the
three.
twins is like
all three are. The
Can-
twins are bonkers. They're just completely crazy.
No.
Can I ask, like, so when you found out that you had twins, was there a switch in your head and go, oh my god, the expenditure is double. I have to now.
Two sports
Yeah.
cars, right?
I just
Two
knew
Ferraris.
that my life was over, and it only really hits you in the most trivial way. Is like when you travel with our oldest, before traveling, we could go anywhere in the world, stay in any hotel or whatever, because it's just the three of us. We can share a room, and then when you got twins, as two of them, you need a double push chair. And then before they are two is not so bad. And then when they go past two, you gotta buy 2 more plane tickets, 5 of you. So yeah. So where are we going this year? Sentosa.
I have a friend with 2 kids, and he actually wants another one. And he said this. He said, the third child is the real game changer, because with the third child, they outnumber you.
Mhm.
You know. And then, like you said, trivial stuff like now you can't go around like you can't take a cab now because there's 5 of you. Max
Correct.
is 4 in the cab, right? So yeah,
Yes.
I get you, man. But I know I'm sure your twins are doing great now in Singapore, and very very how to say, having you as a dad is a hoot, I guess.
Well, having them is not a hoot for me, so I just want them to know that. So they're for sale if anybody wants them. So yeah. Give me a call. So
Okay.
I'm obviously not a supportive dad, but for you, was your wife and mom, I'm sure they were they supportive when you decided to change your profession?
Yeah. So this is a question I get a lot. So
Yeah.
my mom, or my parents, I didn't tell them. So I told them that I'm going on unpaid leave. So like I said, the 3 months became 6 months, and then one day my mom just asked, "Hey, are you going back to work?" And I said, "No, I'm not going back to work." And then
Whoa.
she kind of knew. And I think as like I said, as long as I don't have to depend on them, they are okay. But like my mom has that paradigm shift. Last time she was like, "Hey, are you sure you're a doctor now? You want to be a stand-up comedian? Can you survive? Can make money?" And then now it's like, "Hey, Auntie Susan has an event at a company. I charge her a lot of money. Then I will take commission." So what? Say again? You will charge her, and you will take commission. Suddenly she's like my agent for. I didn't sign any contract, but she is now like she has the audacity to to take money from me. Yeah. So there's like
I like your mom.
yeah. At the end of the day, I mean, most Asian parents, once you show them that you
can
you can stand on your own 2
Yeah.
feet. I think they're fine lah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Jason, I mean, obviously there has been a point in your life that changed your destiny or your direction. Do you recall that particular moment?
Like an interaction now.
No, just a point in your life that
Any
changed
moment.
your destiny, your direction.
Okay, so the first gig that I ever did, I mentioned just now, which was in July 2010. I think there was a big like if you were to identify a fork in the road, that is one of that. Because had I not done that gig, and had I not do well, I may not even have pursued this line of stand-up comedy, and then completely decided to switch careers. I may still be an unhappy doctor working in the hospital. And also before that, the one thing that made me think, I should try doing stand-up comedy. Early in 2010, there was like video clips of several young aspiring Malaysian comedians trying to do comedy, trying to start a scene. And my wife looked at one of the clips and she was like, "Jason, you can do better than this," and she showed me the clip, right? And so maybe at that time, that that was the first time I think, oh yeah, maybe I should try stand-up comedy, because I've always loved stand-up comedy. And sometimes I wonder if my wife had not shown me that clip, or had not said, hey, you can do better, I may not even have thought of trying.
Wow.
So it's a sometimes a bit of a mind fuck, like, oh my god, I imagine if I didn't even have a look at that, or didn't try it, so it's these little things like, I sometimes I do wonder, what if I had not tried that one gig in July 2010, so
that was a turning point. So
Yeah.
for Jason, so we ask a lot of questions, that we're also very nosy and we like eavesdropping. So this is a point in the show where we ask you to get your phone and leave a voice message to someone important in your life. You don't have to tell us who it is. We just like to hear the message and guess.
Oh, okay. Thank you. When you said phone now, I thought you wanted some photos of me or something. But okay.
Too.
So when I send this, I think you'll know who it is, lah. Okay, so it's my wife. Okay, so this is a message I want to send to her and broadcast to the universe for all eternity. Okay. Hello, dear. Hope you receive this while you're well rested. She's actually in the next door. Thank you for accommodating me doing this live podcast. I know I'm very loud and you probably can hear every word I say. Just want to say I love you. Thank you for taking care of our daughter and being a superwoman on the front lines, saving people's lives. And I hope that once in a while you agree to have sex with me. Thank you. I love you. I don't know why they laugh so loud when I say that, but I love you. Okay, reply me, okay?
You're getting lucky tonight.
That's how it's done, baby.
Yeah. I'm taking
I think I
tips
can hear
on letting-
the bolt going. I can hear the bolt going on the bedroom
No.
door.
Actually, you can hear the. You can hear. You can hear that. Yeah.
I didn't realize until today that you can hear an eye roll, but now I know you can hear.
Yeah,
eye
you can.
roll.
You can. Trust me, you can. Married men can hear the eye roll.
Yes, absolutely. Jason, it's been such a pleasure having you on the show. We're so happy you spent time with us today creating this video time capsule. As we say goodbye and we close the lid on this time capsule, we want you to leave a message. Now, what do you want to say to your future grandkids?
Okay. First of all, hello. I hope I'm still alive when you get this message. I hope there are not too many of you, because the earth is overpopulated by your generation. And I'm hoping that you are watching this clip while you are well grounded. And when I say well grounded, I don't mean like figuratively well grounded. I mean you are on ground and on dry ground and not being washed away in the flood of tsunami due to climate change that my generation overlooked and did not rectify. All that you suffer right now is because of the failure of my generation. You see, because we could have been trying to solve climate change, fighting this pandemic, making sure the economic situations are good for the future generation. But instead, 4 of the most talented people of my generation are doing this podcast, which does not help in any way. I agreed to do this podcast because I thought I can send a message to my future grandchildren. I hope you guys have YouTube when you are born. I did this podcast because I was told that these people were from Disney, and then they told me that they left Disney, and it's becoming apparent why. But I just want to say, please know that your generation in the future will face tougher times than my generation. It is increasingly apparent to me and to people who have observed history that your generation will be the first generation who finds it difficult to do better than the previous generation. My parents did better than my grandparents, and I have done better than my parents. But I'm not so sure that my children can do better than me, or my grandchildren can do better than me. And that is all because of the sins of your predecessors. So knowing that, please work hard. Please work harder than all of us. And I wish you all the best. And I hope that a lot of the problems we started, you have solved in your own time.
Aw. It is a sweet message. Very frank.
It's the most unique dear future grandkids message ever. Just like shuffling a deck of cards, and that's just unique.
Yeah. I will not sleep tonight thinking about that. Thank you so much, Jason, for being on the show.
Thank you so much, guys. It's a real pleasure. And by the way, can I just quickly say, Jen, my manager just texted me just now saying that she had a crush on you when she watched.
Jen!
Watched you.
Jen.
And
you are just embarrassing her because that's not true.
No. She really just. I'll send you the screenshot later. And I have to say, when I first saw you, when we had a discussion before the show, I thought I went back to the past and saw you because you look exactly the same as when I saw you on TV last time. Then I Wikipedia'd you, and your age is 48 years old. I think I don't know what kind of science Singapore has or what's the anti-aging secret, but you don't look a day above 30. I don't know how you do it.
That is Jason, we had an agreement. Everyone is 27 on the internet. If anyone asks,
sorry.
You broke the contract, dude.
Sorry.
You broke the contract, man.
It doesn't matter. You look so young. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how, but he just said he has a kid who is 13, so he kind of had a kid at 14.
Well,
but you look so So anyway, it's a pleasure to reconnect with you again. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for
Jen,
coming on the show. Thank you for
look
your
at
kind
you,
words.
Jen.
Thank
You
you for
left
lying.
all these broken hearts. Jen left all these broken hearts in Malaysia and all around Southeast Asia.
Nah, like I said, hey, don't knock Botox.
Well, thank you again, and thank you to our lovely viewers who are watching. There are a few shout outs. Thank you to Christian B. Rusty for sending 100 stars.
Wow.
Thank you.
Hello. Catch 22, lovely seeing you again on a Saturday night. Ron Zach, I wish I had a corner of shame like him. I won't be ashamed of that. That is not a corner of shame.
No.
Ron Zach. Ours. It's a room of shame. And Lynn Bornelia, you're so funny, Sir Jen.
Oh,
Jen.
Wow.
So Jen.
that's actually Sarah.
appreciation night.
It's actually Sarah sent that message because she wants to get some sexy time later. That's why.
Oh, man.
I'm not sure about this late night slot. I think it just turns us.
Yes.
There's something weird about Dear Future Grandkids on so late, I tell you. And don't forget to follow Dr. Jason on his Instagram, Facebook, and his really hilarious YouTube channel. And if you've enjoyed the show, check out Dear Future Grandkids, the podcast as well. And we include some behind-the-scenes secrets for you in some of the episodes.
And thank you all for watching. I've been Jen, that's Percy, that's Ange. And once again, thank you so much to our wonderful guest tonight, Dr. Jason Leong. Jason, thank you so much. You can always come back because you say I look young, so that's fine. That's fine. Third
You're
season,
welcome anytime.
it's only him. But thank you all for watching. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic Saturday night. Take care. We'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.